Hey, what's up, guys? So, I know I've been gone for a while. I've was in Japan for a couple weeks, and then I got sick. So, after I came back, I got sick. Thankfully, not on the trip. But yeah. So, I don't really remember exactly where I'm at here. I think we have. I'm not even gonna look at that right now. Let's see. We have. That's what is this? Oh, this is my okay. I have changing class. We have damage, and that must be a teleport. All right, so I'm just gonna do something simple today, just to get myself back on track. I'm just gonna create a turret that shoots at the nearest, not nearest character towards the turret. So I'll just make it so if one character's closer, it'll shoot at that one, and if another character's closer, it'll shoot at that one. And it'll do damage to the correct player. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for it's gonna be our basic enemy. I'm gonna do more. Hopefully, I'll do more advanced stuff later with actual enemies that move around and maneuver and stuff based on where the players are in location and stuff. But right now I'm just going to do something simple. So let's get started. I'm actually going to just move over to the world real quick so I can see exactly what I'm looking at. I made everything like a cube or a sphere. And guess what? I'm going to make this another cube. I don't know what to make it. Maybe I'll make it a triangle. I don't know. Not a triangle, a triangular prism. All right, I'm just gonna start by creating what's gonna be the bullet. So I'm gonna go in here, my blueprints folder, because I could create an enemy folder. Maybe I should, but I'll reorganize later if I want to. Blueprint class, and I'm gonna create an actor. And then in this, I'm just going to I don't know what to call this. Projectile? Yeah, it's fine. I'll just call it projectile. Projectile. Go in here. And I'm just going to put this up here. I'm going to add a sphere. Sorry, I don't like that sphere. I'm just gonna get a static mesh and then grab a sphere off this static mesh. So static mesh, I'm gonna replace the default scene root, and I'm just gonna make this this thing. I'm inside of it. Just cut it down to whatever you think a normal size projectile is for you. Compile and then save. And then I'm going to add a, what's it called? Projectile movement. Projectile movement. And what do we want here? What speed do you guys think? I don't know what I'm asking, like your guys are actually here. I'm going to make it like 2000 or something. $2000's a pretty good speed. Rotation follows velocity. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. So, and if I don't make this 0, it's going to land at my feet. So let me do that. Because it's gravity. And it's a pretty large object. So now I'm going to go into the event graph here. Actually, before that, I want to make all the replicate settings. So replicate movement is not an option because I'm not actually on the right thing. Replicate. Replicate movement and replicates. And I think that's all I need for that, but we go back and fix it if we actually need to. So now we can actually start messing around with the graph here. I'm going to change the variables. I'm going to add a variable for the damage. And I want one for the lifespan of how long this thing's going to exist before going poof and disappearing. So lifespan. And then under the event begin play, we want to set the lifespan. And that's actually a thing that exists. I didn't even set these. Wait, let me compile. Damage, I'm going to make like 10. And I don't really know what to make the lifespan. Maybe I'll make it like 5 seconds or something. Five. And then I'm going to set the lifespan up here by dragging out the event begin play, lifespan. And it says set lifespan under actor here. Target is actor, and it's just going to set how long this thing exists for. It's just a thing they have, which is nice. And I'm just going to drag this lifespan onto here. And I don't need to attach it because it is self already. And I'm going to get rid of both of these. And then for the static mesh, I'm going to do, I can just scroll all the way down on this right side, or you can just right click on this and add event. So on component hit, we're going to have the sphere do the damage and everything and disappear. So I'm going to drag off this execution pin here, and we're going to have switch has authority as an authority check, and then other actor is going to apply the damage. I don't know why I pulled that off of that, but whatever. Apply damage, and then we want to check if it has authority or not. And the base damage is going to be the damage that we already created. The event instigator is going to be the get instigator controller. And the damage causer is going to be self. Get a reference to self. And I can just leave this blank, it doesn't even matter. Alright, that's fine. So, and then after you apply damage, you want the thing to disappear, so we're just going to destroy the actor. And that will just destroy this entire blueprint that's been created, because this is just a projectile. And I think we're all good here. So now we can create our quote-unquote enemy that we have. So I'm going to go into our blueprint here, right-click, get a blueprint class, actor, and we're just going to call it the BP underscore enemy cube, enemy cube. So I'm going to go into this enemy cube here, and we're going to go into the event graph. Sorry, I didn't need to actually make something to visualize here. I'm going to add another static mesh. Static mesh, the static mesh, I'm going to, let me try this on here. I'm going to change this to a cube. Is this the right cube? Yeah, looks good. All right, so this basic cube I have here, and then I'm going to add a, what is it? A scene. And this scene is what I'm going to be shooting out of. I'll rename it muzzle. I should be renaming all these things, but I am not doing that. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter for, well, whatever. Anyway, so I have this, I'm dragging it a good amount of distance. This is where it's going to be spawning and shooting out of. So you can place it wherever you like, but make sure that the way that I have it is it's going to be coming out of the x-axis, as aka the red. So just make sure that's pointing in the right direction that you want it shooting from. So compile and save. And then event graph here. So now we can mess around with this. I'm going to start by adding variables. I like to add my variables first and then add additional variables if I need them. So fire it. Float. Nah, never mind. I was gonna add a category. Do I need it? Whatever, I'll just leave it. Then we can add another variable. We can make it range. Maybe I'll show how to make categories. You can set the categories here by just changing this, essentially. Just go like this. You go enemy. And then it'll appear everything that's under enemy. Like, let me change this to, there's a drop-down menu now, and I can just click enemy. And now you have it a lot more neat where you can just pull up the stuff that you're trying to look for under enemy. I need to start doing that. If I'm showing you guys how to do things, I should be doing them myself. That didn't quite make sense what I was saying, but you get what I'm saying. Projectile class. And it's gonna be an actor of a class reference. So I'm gonna make an actor of class, sorry. I don't even know why I'm not thinking straight, but that's all right. So actor, and then you go class reference here. And I'm gonna make this also enemy. This all has to do the enemy. This is basically just to show you that you can create this thing. But yeah. So now we can change, actually I need to change these first. I can compile this and make this fire rate 1.5. And I don't know what range is gonna look like. What's a fast speed? 2,500 is pretty far, I guess. I don't know if it's far. Might be very close, but BP projectile is going to be this. It's the projectile that we just created. This is going to be firing out of the x-axis. All right. So all that's good. Let's go into the event begin play here. I'm just going to delete this. I don't think I'm going to need any of that. I'm going to need this event begin play though, because I need a switch has authority. And under the authority here, we're going to set the timer by event. And what timer are we setting by event? This is going to be, it's going to be where you're firing at the nearest actor. I was just wondering what to call it. Fire at nearest, I guess. So fire at nearest, this is going to be the event that's happening. The fire rate is going to be this time here, and you're going to want to make it looping so that it keeps going. Otherwise, it's just going to shoot once. And then off of fire at nearest, we're going to get all actors of class. The actors that we're talking about is going to be the third person character, because this is what we're going to be targeting. So BP third person character, it's going to get all the actors that you currently have. And we're going to drag off of this and we're going to find the nearest actor. And that should be its own thing. Find nearest actor. And its origin is going to be just getting the actor location. So get actor location. And it's going to be self of the actor, so that's fine. And I'm just going to be checking if this return value is valid. What am I doing? Wait, let me just move this down. And I'm going to check if this is valid. The green one, that's the one with the Boolean attached to that. And I could have just actually done a normal is valid. I'm just going to do a branch here, whatever. So branch that, check this condition, and this looks odd. Maybe I'll just stack it. Does that look? Whatever. All right, so on true, if this is valid, then we want to set actor rotation. And this is so that we rotate to the target. So this rotate location here is going to be off this get actor location. We're going to drag off of this and we're going to find look at rotation. It already has the whole thing kind of set up for us, which is nice. Being able to have a thing where it has the start and the target location. So the start location is going to be getting the actor location, your current actor location, and then the target is going to be the actor. So the return value of finding the nearest actor. So let me get actor location. So we have two get actor locations. This one's attached to the find nearest actor, which is the third person character. And the other one, which is the start location, is going to be the actor we're currently in, which is the enemy cube. So we have our targeting system. And now we just need to spawn our sphere because it's already got speed on it and everything. So we don't need to do anything there. So spawn actor from class. And that actor is going to be the projectile. Forgot what I named it there for a second. Okay, and then we can get the muzzle, drag off of here, and we can get this actor location or get the world location. Get world location. Drag that. And then I can drag off of this and I can make transform. Drag that onto that. I'm gonna have the rotation follow the look at rotation. The scale is gonna be 111 of the projectile, which is at 0.25. And that should be fine. Oh, wait, I guess owner. I just do a reference to self. Not sure if I actually need to do that, but... Oh, and collision handling override here. Here, let me drop this. We can do always spawn, ignore collisions. And that way we're not having it where the cube, if we have it move later, that it's not knocking into itself and destroying the projectile. That it's always going to spawn the projectile no matter what. I know I had a BP projectile in there, but I already created this thing, so I'm just going to use this. And that way we could potentially change it later if we have different projectiles we can add in here. Make it a lot simpler. So I think I'm good here. And that just leaves damaging the actual third person character. So let me go into the third person character. Dude, I don't remember how I did damage. Then begin play, apply damage. Do I not have event any damage? No, I don't. Alright, I'm going to do an event any damage. I think it's just easier to use event any damage than doing... I think I did something crazy up there for the damage I did, and I might change that later. But right now I'm just going to do this. So event has any damage. We're going to do switch has authority like usual. To make sure you're authorized to do this. So authority. Alright, and I'm going to... How do I want to do this? I'm going to just take the current health, drag this onto here, so we can set the current health. That looks easier to look at. So I'm going to just drag off damage, and we're going to... I guess I'm just going to use a safe divide. So safe divide by the current amount of health. So I can just drag this onto here, then drag off of this, and this we can... I'm really bad at making this not look messy. We can lerp this. Alpha. Alright. Alright, so, and then, wait, why did I do that? And now we can do a max float. To the current health, and then we can safe divide this from your current max health, and that's going to return the percentage that we're currently at. So what did I say? What do I have for updating the health bar? Update. Oh, multicast health bar, drag this into health percent. Did not mean to do that. Alright, so now I can compile and save this, and that should do the damage right if I hook this up correctly. Alright, so let's test this. So let me go into base map here, and let me just drag this cube into the world. Enemy cube, I did not save anything. Control Shift S to save. I'm gonna drag this into here. I want to put it a little bit further away so I can test it to see if the range is working. Alright. I don't know how far 2,500 is. Alright, I'm just gonna hit play here. Alright, I have both my little guys, and that is actually kind of high up in the sky. Hopefully it can still reach me, but let's see. The projectile's not coming out. So on always spawn, ignore collisions. Alright, let me just cut this and see what this looks like. I don't think I've ever had anything go smoothly. Okay. It must be colliding with itself, and that's destroying it. Let me go to the enemy cube. I'm just going to move this further away. Is that good enough? I made this smaller, right? I don't know why I thought it was going to be smaller than it was. All right, well, whatever. Let's see if this works. So I'm gonna hit play. Those balls are actually huge. Gosh, I'm taking huge balls to the face. All right, so that's working on this side. So let me make sure. Oh, I don't have it turning off, but like it's attacking the closer one. Let me see this. And the health is accurate. It's damaging the right characters and showing that it's having damage done to them. So that's good. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it so that I'm turning off when it moves out of range. I'm going to make it so it's no longer shooting. So let me go back into the enemy cube here, event graph. All right, let's finish this off. This should be quick. So I'm just gonna take all this, drag this over here. I don't need to make that much space. And then I'm gonna drag this over here, and I'm gonna fix my whole situation over here because this was a mess. All right, so I'm just gonna grab off of this is valid here and get an and boolean. So we can add a additional condition to whether it's going to be shooting or not. And that additional condition is just going to be from the range. less than or equal to the range, and you'll see on the find nearest actor thing that we created, there's a distance. Sorry, I keep looking that way for the, never mind. There's a distance thing here. I can drag this onto here, and we can just drag this onto here. And this is basically just saying that this distance is less than or equal to the range that we set here, which is at 2,500. And that's pretty much all we need to do, I think. So compile and save. So both these things need to be true in order to fire. And so we go. All right. Shooting me, and I'm moving out of range, and it stopped firing. And let me switch the other one. Make sure this one's working too. Shooting at the one that's in the way. Moving back. Let me move this in here, and then I'm going to move the other one in front. And now this one's taking damage. And then I move back a little bit further, and now that one's being attacked. And I don't have a death animation or anything, so nothing's going to happen if it goes down to 0. But maybe I'll do that later. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.